Hey, welcome back, my dear students. So, I am Edwin from the future. I came back because I had to delete the lecture that was here before because we were installing a editor, a WYSIWYG editor that was free and then it became a paid plugin. And we don't want that. We want something to be free. So, we're going to install this WYSIWYG editor that's going to make our application look a lot better when we are adding posts. Okay, right now we have this empty data type of container here, right? It would be nice to have an editor that we can italicize or create headings or create links and things like that. So if you go to CK editor, it's an open source editor that I use. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna click here and they got different versions. I'm gonna be using version 5. They have version 4 at the time I'm recording this, and they have pretty easy stuff here, but it's pretty easy to install. So all we have to do is actually get the link, either download it or get a CDN link to install it. So this is how it's going to look. We're going to be able to do things like this, okay, and even create links if we wanted to. So I'm going to click download and we can use npm, no package manager, or a zip folder, or CDN, which is the one that I'm going to use. And let's go back here to admin underscore footer, and right below, actually not footer, header, right below jQuery, I'm gonna paste that code. Okay. So one thing that I want to make you aware of: do not worry about the extra code that you see in your screen right now. Any extra code here on the side or in here. Just worry about what I'm showing you how to do right now. We are grabbing the link, the CDN link, and we are attaching it in the heading in admin underscore header. That's all you have to worry about, okay? And now make sure that you save your file, okay? Now the next thing is to get the code to initialize our editor. So let's go to documentation. Let's go to quick start, and here you can find some quick example. So I'm gonna grab this code right here. I'm gonna copy it to my clipboard, and I'm gonna go to scripts, okay? And I'm gonna just paste that in here like this and save it. Okay? Now the next step for us to do is to go to that add post page or whatever other page we are using, right? And go to that text area where your post content is located, and in the ID attribute here, write body. So our ID for the text area is called body. Save it, go back to the scripts and edit this field right here to select the body. So it's gonna find any text area that has a body ID. That's what it's doing right now, right? So now make sure that everything's safe, and let's go back here and let's refresh. And now you have a really cool editor here that you can use. Okay. Hello. Let's test this. All right. And heading hello whatever. Okay. And then you just publish your post. And that should be it. Again, do not worry about anything else that you see here. This is extra stuff. But now you have a really cool editor that you can use, WYSIWYG editor. And now you can go ahead and start adding it to the rest of your CMS system where you have a text area. I'm not going to do that because you should be able to know to do that now. All you have to do is look for any text area that you want to include the editor and give it a ID of body, and that will automatically be executed. Okay, that code will be executed, scripts. Now later on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that our body, that our document has loaded. So we're gonna create something with jQuery called document.ready, like this function. This is what we're gonna be doing later. Now you can go ahead and do it now and just include this piece of code inside here, and everything else that comes after, you can put it right here. Okay, I'm just gonna put a comment here and say editor. Okay, CK editor or something. And below here, you put the rest of the code. Now, this function here is a jQuery functionality, which allows us to make sure that the document has loaded before we do anything. Okay, and you can save that, and that should give us the same result. refresh, and you still have the same results right here. Okay, pretty simple. The rest of the code, meaning that next time we come to the scripts page, you are going to write everything else below this line right here. Okay, in some other videos, you're gonna see that I have another code here, like tiny MCE, whatever. That is the other editor we were using before, and we're not going to be using that now. So if you see that code on the next lectures, do not worry. You can delete it. You don't have to actually not only delete it, you don't have to write it down. Okay? So I hope you don't skip any lectures and you're watching this one. So you don't have to have that code right here. All you have to, because that code was for the last editor. We don't have that editor anymore since I came to delete that lecture because that editor is charging us money for it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show it to you right now. It's called Tiny MCE editor or something like that. I even forgot the name already. Right here. So these are the ones, the functionality we had before, and they started charging money for it. Okay? As you can see, they started charging for it. They got really big. And now they're charging $10 and all this stuff. But with CK Editor is open source right now, so it's free. And there is a lot of things that you can do with it. If you go to the documentation and you click on Advanced Setup, you can start integrating other functionalities. You can pass in a second parameter on that create method. Let me show you. You see this create? This is what we got right now, right? And then you can pass a second parameter, an object, with a property with an array with a bunch of other plugins that we can use to make our editor more powerful. Okay? So you can read up on the documentation if you want something extra and try to build it yourself. Anyway, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being my student. And I'm going to keep updating and adding more lectures to this course. See you around, guys. Take care.